Alright, so my review of Ticket to Paradise. Because I've been doing these things generally, I figure why not add my movie reviews to my YouTube channel. Some of the people that I watch on there don't do just one of the main things they're known for, they do other things. And even though I have yet to have added a second video to the other one that I mentioned more than a month ago, to be honest, laziness and forgetfulness, but I do have the thoughts on my mind that I want to talk about when it comes to that. So with that out of the way, Ticket to Paradise. George Clooney, Julia Roberts, and it sucks that I forget her name at the moment, but for anyone that watched the Tim Allen follow-up from Home Improvement, Last Man Standing, the young woman who is set to be married in this movie is one of the 3 women that played a consistent daughter throughout Last Man Standing. So, I don't dislike or not care for the term rom-com because it's like a bad terminology or shortening for nowadays. I do know though that in like there have been a lot of movies over time that have been in the genre. Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve. There have been a handful of movies in the rom-com genre. When I saw the trailer for this movie, I was kind of grasped by it. I thought it looked funny and good, and it was pretty good. Now, that's not to say as I'm surprised by how good it was. I did think it would be good because it did catch my attention. Usually when it comes to me seeing movies, I don't hate or dislike critics or reviews. Because of my life growing up seeing movies, and keep in mind that when I do reviews, it's not going to be on, I've seen a lot of movies throughout my time, but any review I do is based on a movie I have seen. I may even go back and decide to do reviews on movies that have come out in prior time, like redo. Some of these I've been doing lately in the last few months, just as a random video on Facebook, but I may choose to go back and do other ones I've seen more recently that I can actually remember. My short-term memory is crap. And put them on my channel. That depends on if I'm not too lazy, not forgetful, or responsible enough to stay on top of this. So some of this shit might fall through and I'll look bad for it, but at least I can own up to that. But, so the movie itself to me was good. It was surprisingly a little, not that I'm surprised that it was good, but surprisingly a little bit better than I thought it was going to. The trailer itself showed the premise that these 2 people that raised and parented this young daughter, who in the movie is set to get married. The entire idea is that these parents are going to this beautiful Bahama, Hawaii-looking island to be there for the marriage of their daughter. And the trailer pretty much plays it off as there are 2 parents that love their daughter, but they grew apart and kind of have that sarcastic rolling of the eye, can't help bicker and argue with each other back and forth. Well, she liked my idea. Well, I did that better, and yada, yada, yada. The trailer pretty much shows that they start out that way and they're there for their daughter. They're trying to help make the wedding not happen by working with each other, but eventually you can tell throughout it that they kind of rekindle certain past thoughts about their relationship that they weren't happy about, but still kind of held on to those little bits and sources of what the relationship was that they never let go of because they thought they cared about that. They thought it mattered too much. But if nothing else, to me, for a romantic comedy, I won't say anything bad about the term rom-com. I'll just choose to call them romantic comedies. This one to me was very good. It was very funny. I wouldn't say hilarious, which is not a bad thing, but it was funny, and all the moments that you were supposed to laugh at that were supposed to be funny enough, the audience did laugh and crack up at. So George Clooney and Julia Roberts do a very good job of playing two people that act as parents that care about their daughter, but have that kind of, yeah, I'm in room 222. Yeah, make sure my room is as far away from him or her as possible. That kind of thing. They loathe each other, but don't loathe each other, so to speak. But for a romantic comedy in the genre of it, for this movie, I would actually have to give this movie an 8 out of 10. Most of the movies that grab me from the trailer that I see, I think to some general degree I'm going to like. So I doubt it may not be that often. It'll probably be rare that I consider a movie under a 5, if nothing else. Excuse me. Whoa! But, yeah, this movie I thought, for being a romantic comedy and, like, all the stuff involved, like, how the movie was made, everything involved in it, I give it an 8 out of 10. So, if nothing else, that's my movie review of Ticket to Paradise with George Clooney and Julia Roberts. I feel bad that I forgot the daughter's name, but of all three of the women in Tim Allen's Last Man Standing that were the constants, she was, I want to say, one of the three constants. Out of the daughters on the show, she was the one daughter. She obviously branched off and did a few other movies after that. She was in this one. She was in a movie called Booksmart a couple years ago, which I also thought was very good. She ended up in the show Last Man Standing. Her dream, what she was trying to pull off was going to military school, and I think that's one of the few reasons why she was as a regular in every episode taken out of the show, not changed up to a different character, but you saw her last because the plan of the show was that when she went to military school she would be gone, so she wasn't in many of the episodes. But I'm certain, like, on occasion, me and my dad we're big kind of movie and TV show lovers. And every now and then, if we think a character change has been made or a character is going to be in a show less for whatever reason, we kind of have fun guessing or figuring out why that change was. Maybe this actor didn't hold up. Maybe this person is doing other stuff on the side, so they're in the episodes less at a given point in time or whatnot. So, but yeah, she went from that show to, branching off to doing a few other things as well. But if nothing else, I give Ticket to Paradise an 8 out of 10. And for a romantic comedy, this was a good and very funny one. Not a waste of money by any means. And part of me, like, even though the trailer grasped my attention, part of me wanted to. Not because I didn't like the idea. Again, the trailer grasped me, so more than 50% of me, it would have been a movie I would have wanted to see. I've been with my company. I've been at my job for 7 years, but I've been on my company for at least 4 years. So after 3 years, you get 2 weeks of vacation, and the first of 2 weeks, 2 days out of that first week are this Monday and Tuesday coming up. So I'm going to have Monday and Tuesday off, and the 3 days left of this first week, I'm going to try to do sometime in December so I don't lose that first week before the end of the year. The second week rolls over into the next year, and I have to use it by the end of March. So those 2 days coming up are Monday and Tuesday of this coming week. So I thought, even though I'm going back into work early Wednesday morning to make sure things are in line, there's nothing too much I have to square away, fix, just get back in line, I'll be going into work an hour earlier than what the standard time would be to make sure things are in check, maybe finish up some things so that the day can start off, fluidly, regularly, if nothing else. So I pretty much have today, Sunday, this day and night, Monday and night, and then Tuesday, because if I intend on going into work early, I'll be going to bed earlier on Tuesday, but at least I wouldn't have had to work. At least I'm not going to have to work Tuesday. So if nothing else, knowing that today, I usually have the weekends off. So knowing I have today off, but I have Monday and Tuesday coming up, I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll choose to go see the movie. So I did, and I liked it. So again, one last time for my movie review, Ticket to Paradise, to me, gets an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a good movie and funny, and there's a little bit of a gag reel at the end as the credits are rolling. You don't have to. It's not a post credits thing like the Marvel movies. It shows a video on the left of some of the spoofs they went through, and then after they're done, the credits go from just going up the right side of the screen while the gag is going to the credits then filling up the whole screen. So there's a few funny scenes that were gags that were from the movie that they showed around the beginning of the credits. So I hope all of you have a good Sunday, and that it ends off as positively as it can. So that's my movie review for Ticket to Paradise. If you go see it, I don't think you'll be let down by it. I liked it and I thought it was funny, so it covered the bases for a good romantic comedy. I will see you all later after whatever movie I see next. Stay cool.